Normally in episodes like this, I will wear my gown. I don't know what happened to it. So for this episode, we're going to pay tribute to it. Rest in peace, my friend. Hello guys, how's it going? I am huskiesghost, bringing you an episode of Unsettling Events. I'm going to be treating this as like I do with any other video, alright? Because the other ones are just too, I don't know, kind of cringe-worthy for my taste. So, guys, welcome to a new season of Unsettling Events, and we're going to open up this episode with the Area 51 call. On September 11th of 1997, there was an Art Bell radio talk show host named Art Bell, and he pretty much does things covering, the strange and the paranormal. Of course, on this day, he got a very strange call that really got people talking. I mean, this caller claimed that he worked or was in discharge of Area 51. Now, of course, this famous call is all over the internet, but I will go ahead and play the clip right here for you guys. Have you guys take a listen to it. And just a bit of a little warning, the call is pretty unsettling.
Line, you're on the air. Hello.
Hello, Art.
Yes.
Hi. I don't have a whole lot of time.
Well, look, let's begin by finding out whether you're using this line properly or not.
Area 51.
Yeah, that's right. Were you an employee or are you now?
A former employee.
Former employee.
I was let go on a medical discharge about a week ago, and I've kind of been running across the country. Oh man, I don't know where to start. They're gonna they'll triangulate on this position really soon.
So you can't spend a lot of time on the phone. So give us something quick.
Okay. Okay. What we're thinking of as aliens, Art, they're extra-dimensional beings that an earlier precursor of the space program made contact with. They are not what they claim to be. They have infiltrated a lot of aspects of the military establishment, particularly the Area 51. The disasters that are coming, the military, I'm sorry, the government knows about them, and there's a lot of safe areas in this world that they could begin moving the population to now, Art.
But they're not doing anything.
They are not. They want the major population centers wiped out so that the few that are left will be more easily controllable.
Discharge.
I started getting...
In some way, something knocked us off the air, and we're on a backup system now.
It's the government, or
I don't know.
it has to be something, though.
Well, did you hear? Now, you tell me because you were listening.
That was awful strange.
There was a really weird guy on the air when it went off?
Yeah, real weirded out.
Like, going sort of sounding paranoid,
Yeah.
schizophrenic?
Like crying and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how far into the conversation was it when it went off?
Just a couple, about 15, 20 seconds, I'd say.
Oh, you
Something like that.
you guys missed, you really missed a call then, and I've got a feeling somebody didn't want you to.
That was pretty something. Now, this can go all over the place when it comes to skeptics and believers and also non-believers. A lot of people like to go ahead and claim that the call was a hoax, and there were a few connections saying otherwise, but other people will say otherwise. Of course, the caller had to call back claiming that it was all an act and stuff like that, but some people believe that that was a cover-up, or in other words, could have been somebody else impersonating that caller.
The East of the Rockies, you're on the air.
Hi, Art. This is Brian.
Hi, Brian.
Hello. You didn't disconnect me before, did you?
Were you on earlier tonight?
No, not, towards the end of the last hour, you said, East of the Rockies, you're on the air, and your voice was immediately replaced by the operator saying, your party has not connected.
Well, see, as you can now tell, I don't screen calls. So
Right.
what happened, obviously, was that I answered the phone just at the very instant that you had been ringing as long as they were going to let you ring.
Yeah.
And so that occurs, obviously, sometimes I go to a line and it's dead and nobody's there, and that's what's happened. You know, we're on the cusp there. Anyway, I'm glad you made it back through.
Yeah, you got all my paranoia buttons running. I always get very nervous when I call you. I'm Brian. I hung up on you last week.
I see.
And I just figured, damn the torpedoes. I'll just do this and let the chips fall where they will.
All right.
Everybody, I am the Area 51 caller. That's my statement, and let you or whatever tear it apart.
You claim you're the Area 51 caller?
I am the man.
How do you account for the fact, Area 51 caller,
Okay.
that part of the way through your spiel, the satellite went down?
I have no idea, and it scared the heebie-jeebies out of me that night. I've called a number of times on your specialty line nights doing different, kind of wacky characters, and that's all that one was supposed to be. And if the call had been completed, it would have been ancient history by now.
Has it occurred to you, as Barbara Marks Hubbard suggested tonight, that perhaps, if you're really what you say you are, you created the reality of the rest of the situation and took down my satellite?
That scares the heebie-jeebies out of me because it means that what I was saying was somehow correct, and it was fabrication kind of
creating a reality.
Yeah, if that was the case, I humbly apologize to you because I love your show, and the last thing I would ever want to do is
knock me off the air.
So what can I do to prove my claim here?
Well, I guess you could give us a little of what you gave us then so that we could hear it and know it to be you.
Are you sure you want me to do that, Art?
I'm positive.
Don't, Art, please. I don't want you to ask me to do this. If I start doing that guy,
And not just that, 17 years later, another caller, some people believe it's the same caller, someone else is saying it's a different one, just how he's talking and stuff like that. A caller made a call to Jimmy Church Radio, or a host named Jimmy got a call from a very freaked out person who is trying to have a relation of Art Bell's caller from Area 51. A lot of people could go ahead and say this is a hoax, but some other people like to say this guy is freaking out, and the tone of his voice and the way he's freaking out is very legitimate.
Oh, hi, you're live on Fade to Black with Jimmy Church. Who's calling? Where are you calling from?
Hello, Jimmy?
You're on the air. You're live.
Yeah, Jimmy. Wow, I can't believe I'm making this call. It's been 17 years. There's a lot of hoopla on the radio, all these years on the internet, all the crazy. 17 years ago, there was a call to the Art Bell program. A man, he called and he claimed to have knowledge of Area 51, and it resulted in a pretty big catastrophe. I don't know, some call it radio history. I just know I've been living a nightmare ever since then.
Calm down. It's okay. Where are you calling from?
I, I have fallen for that trick once. I am not going to tell you where I'm calling from. It's only going to be a matter of time before they're going to be able to use. It's like the technology has advanced. 17 fucking years. Oh, I'm sorry. 17 years. And 17 years. And so, like, yeah, here I am. And yeah, I'm calling your show. And I know I can tell you what took the satellite down.
When? Are you talking about back with Art Bell?
Yes, Area 51. Okay?
Okay. All right. Take a deep breath, my brother.
All right.
What happened?
There was truth back then, and there was this crazy guy in Philadelphia, and he called out of his parents' basement because Art Bell put on a program saying, Area 51 callers, call on in. And this guy, who had nothing to do with Area 51, he called in, and he put on this show, and he said these words, and next thing you know, he said whatever he said, and a satellite went out, and his life has been a living hell since then.
What brought the satellite down?
I don't know. I don't know. He said things at the time about Area 51 and that there was a precursor and to NASA and that what the United States government is in contact with is not alien beings. They are beings from another world. They're extra dimensional, and no one seems to understand that.
I listen. You're yelling. Just calm down. Calm down.
I know what I sound like. It's been hard.
Are you there? Hang on. My computer, my mouse is acting funny. Hang on. What was that? Bring that call. What? Okay.
Yeah.
Such is life sometimes.
Okay, one at a time.
I recognized his voice instantly. He called back to Bell a while after and turned himself in and redid the fake, and Art was convinced it was him. The whole thing was a fake, and that's an identical play.
So he sounds the same 17 years later.
It is him. I recognize the voice.
Instantly.
It is the guy.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for calling in. I've got another 20 calls backed up behind you. So let's just keep it going. Everybody,
thanks, Jimmy.
Have a great night.
Bye.
All right. That was trippy. Hey, Brian.
Yes.
Say hi to the world.
Hello, world.
This is Brian Glass, everybody. Yes, the gentleman that made the call 17 years ago on Art Bell, which was radio history. Welcome to the program, Brian. How are you tonight?
I'm doing fantastic. This is so great to be on your show. And do you know we are 2 days away from the actual anniversary of the call?
Is that bizarre? It's called synchronicity, my brother.
Yeah.
Synchronicity.
This is awesome.
So, no, the reason why, thank you for that. And I got to tell you that even though I knew what was going on and I was in on it, you were freaking me out, man.
Thank you.
You were freaking me out.
Thank you very much.
I was thinking, okay, you know what? There are a bunch of calls coming in right now. You know what? Let's just see what people have to say. Let's go.
Now, I know some of you probably want to have my take on what's going on. I would tell you this. Every time when I listen to that clip, I do get kind of scared. And sometimes I can tell if someone's just being sneakerdoodle or, could be actually telling the truth. And this guy, he must be a very good actor if he was pretty much faking the whole thing. And not just that, but how these cars are able to mess up the radio the way it was, how to cut them off, and how to go on backup and stuff like that, just adds on more of the truth behind all this, and then making the cover-ups a little more fishy than what they're actually making them out to be. So there's not really too much to say about this, but it is very unsettling, and to this day it's still pretty much the case has never been closed. I will say that no one was able to completely know and say and step up and be like, hey, it's a little hoax, don't worry about it. To this day, no one's actually able to figure out if this is real or not. And it's just very, very unsettling. If you like the show, guys, go ahead and leave your comments in the below. I'd like to hear what you guys thought about this, and I'd like to have a discussion going on, see what you guys have to say about it. If you like the video and series, well, you know the drill. Until next time, guys, catch you next time.